Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. As we were talking about revelation, something we discussed, something left. As we all know, there are three sources of knowledge: the five senses, the reason, and the revelation. Each and every human being of the world agrees the first two, the five senses and the mind, that this is the source of knowledge. But unfortunately, the third one, that is the highest source of knowledge, the revelation, rest of the Muslims don't believe that this is the source of knowledge. Yeah, it's obvious that the whole worldly life problems somehow we can solve through these two sources, the five senses and the reason. But why we were created, why we were sent into this world, what were we before the birth, and what will be after dying, what is paradise and what is hell, these all types of informations we get to know through this source of knowledge, that is Wahi, that is called revelation. And Quraan says about Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, wama yantiqu anil hawa. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam does not speak from his own inclination, from his own whims, fancy and desire. And the all Islamic structures, the informations and the teachings are based on Wahi. So now it's totally senseless to discuss the issue of Wahi with a person who, God forbid, does not accept the existence, the very existence of God. But for a person who accepts the existence of God, has faith and believe in the perfect power of Allah, it's not possible, it's not impossible, it's not difficult for him to understand that Wahi is a rational need, real and possible. If you have faith in the fact that the whole universe has been created by an absolutely powerful entity, and he is the one who has created men into this world and sent into this world, so is it possible to even imagine that after that he would leave them off in total darkness without ever telling them that why they were created into this world, why they were sent into this world, what their duties were, where they were destined to go, how they could realize the purpose of life? When an ordinary reasoned person cannot send a servant on a trip under designated mission without even telling him that why he has been sent, what's the purpose and the duty he has to carry out, neither when he was leaving nor explaining it to him later on through some messages. When an ordinary reasoned person cannot do something, how even we can imagine that the most holy Lord of the universe, under whose ultimate wisdom the whole system of the universe is functioning, will do that? How is it even possible to even imagine that the being that has created such a mind-boggling system composed of sun, the earth, the sky, the stars and the planets, how he would be unable to institute some arrangements of communication with his servants through which the human beings can be given guidance about their purpose of life? If there is Iman and faith in the ultimate wisdom of Allah Almighty, then you have to admit that He did not forsake His servants. Obviously, if He has created, He will guide as well. And surely He has instituted some regular system for their guidance. And this regular system is called as Wahi, the revelation, as the Risala, the prophethood. And this makes it crystal clear that revelation is not only a religious belief but also a rational need. The rejection of the Wahi is the rejection of ultimate wisdom of Allah Almighty. You know, as I'm looking practicing Muslim and religious person, whenever I'm in public place, in bus or train, whenever an atheist sees me, he comes to me and says to me that I don't believe in God. He thinks that I'll get angry listening it. But I say to him, you know brother, I have pity on you. I'm regretting because you are rejecting a being that has created you. How a person can reject his own father? And Allah is the father of fathers. He is the king of kings. How a person can reject? So that's all for today. Inshallah, we will talk about the modest of descent in the next video. I mean, how the wahi, the revelation used to come. Till then, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.